Thank you, gentlemen. As someone who hauled a lot of hay growing up, that I love that comment.
Exactly.
The gentleman from Kansas is recognized.
Well, thank you, Mr. Chairman, for holding this hearing outside of the D.C. Beltway, and thank you to all our witnesses for being here today. We're just a few short hours south of my home in Wichita, Kansas, and it's great to have my colleagues here in the heartland. You know, some of the folks in the D.C. bureaucrats and inside on the east and west coast call this flyover country, but what we've seen here today, and many of us already knew, is that folks in Oklahoma and Kansas and other states here in the middle of the country are more vibrant, hardworking, dedicated, and patriotic people in America. Agriculture is a major industry, and it's these men and women who feed, fuel, and clothe our country and the world. We're also home to a lot of manufacturers. In fact, just up I-35 in south central Kansas, we call it the air capital of the world. Here in Oklahoma City and throughout the Midwest, organizations of all sizes are building planes, earth drilling equipment, ag products, and more. In 2017, Republicans overhauled our outdated tax code to benefit families, small businesses, and entrepreneurs. Our goal was to make sure we got the economy going. And in fact, it worked. What we've seen as well is that we've actually collected more taxes. So in 2022, just last year, we collected over $700 billion more dollars in taxes than the Congressional Budget Office said we would have done if we had not done the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. And businesses actually paid 12% more in 2022 than they would have without the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. Lowered the rates and ultimately got the economy going, which meant we collected more in taxes. And we've got the lowest unemployment rates, both pre-COVID as well as post-COVID, just because of having the economy going. Unfortunately, some of those provisions that were put in place temporarily are starting to expire. One of those that really has had an impact on a lot of businesses is the median expensing of research and development cost. It expired last year, and I'm working to reintroduce legislation that will help restore this crucial tax program so that small businesses here in the Midwest can continue expanding the research and development, creating more good-paying jobs in the United States. And this will help sure we have a strong economy and a strong America. Mr. Mills, can you tell us a little bit about the impacts you've seen of some of good tax policies on your business?
They're absolutely critical. You know, I've said a long time, just about to every elected official I can, that, you know, just get out of our way and let us grow. Let us develop new product. I mean, we want to be a leader in the world like we used to be, innovative. And here in Oklahoma, we're some of the most innovative people because we're resilient and, you know, we know what it takes. But having the benefits of some tax, especially R&D, I mean, let's go make some new things. Let's develop. Let's be leaders again in expanding our economy. And get out of the way. Don't tax us. We're going to go out and create more jobs, to create more taxes to help fund and help people that need the help. You know, being just even an elected official on a local level, I saw where the tax dollars were going. I probably became a little bit more moderate when I became the mayor because I understood the poverty level in our communities and the people that really needed the help because I saw those agencies helping those people. So I know the need is there. But at the same time, you can't choke business down in order to get there. They're the people that are generating the jobs and the opportunity and the taxes. So let's look at this cycle. It's not very complicated, but those definitely have helped us, and R&D is huge. So I appreciate you doing that.
Yep. Well, thank you. And you know, in addition to good tax policy, we need to make sure we have good energy policy. I mean, we're suffering now from rising prices, not just gas prices, but we're also seeing it in heating home and the impacts on businesses and families. And a lot of it's due to the bad policies coming out of the Biden administration to attack American energy policy. And in fact, limiting our selling off our strategic reserve to countries like China. And then putting in policies in place like marginal wells and some of those restrictions on oil production. Mr. Rivetti, I know I'm running short of time here, but I did want to ask just a quick question about what other policies you think would be useful in the United States to implement to help restore and lower energy prices for American consumers.
Well, basically, we really need less regulation instead of more. Between the EPA that was mentioned earlier, we also have policies that have come down through WOTUS, the Waters of the U.S., the Fish and Wildlife, where the lesser prairie chicken and other endangered species, they become deaths by 1,000 cuts, and this has become very difficult for many of us small energy producers to work. The more oil and natural gas we can produce, supply and demand, then the less it's going to be to the consumer.
Well, thank you, and thank you, Mr. Chairman. I yield back.